Non-fungible idiots, don't you know? Banging our heads to the rhythm of the crowd. We don't care about dollars or the shiny blade. We're just holding to zero. It's our everything. Round tripping positions, that's how we roll. We won't make a dollar, won't sell a thing. We're the zero holders, our anthem we sing. Zero holders, our anthem we sing. Zero holders, we're the kings of the sea. The non-fungible idiots who live in the tree. We're all on the zero, it's our way to be. In the world of NFTs, we're wild and free.
Hello, and welcome everybody. Welcome to the show. I just realized we don't have a name for the show, so welcome. It's me, Henry.
We
How
do
are
have
you,
a
bud?
name for the show.
What's the
Oh,
name?
we have a title for the show. We don't have a name for the show. We're still the non-fungible idiots.
Okay.
It's plural. I think that's okay.
Okay.
Shout out to Hudah, who unfortunately can't be with us today.
Yes. Yeah.
He was voted off Love Island.
He was
So
voted off, and we respect the audience to vote us off. Now, I don't know how I feel about it, to be honest with you. It does seem as if we're voting off people is like making it a worse show. You know what I mean? Like, it would be like Howard Stern voting off like Baba Booey, like voting to vote. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. But you know, it'll be fun.
okay, not gonna lie. So normally, I've told you my routine. I just show up 3 minutes before, 3 minutes after. I don't have to do any like heavy lifting. I just show up. But this morning on my drive in, I was thinking, like yesterday, I was thinking, like, we got this, bro. Like you and I, like we go back, we got this, right? This morning, I was thinking, like, there's some shit Hudah does, and I don't know what it is, but like we don't ever go into a show with nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
So I was thinking like, oh no, we can't just riff for an hour. And the idea yesterday of like doing voiceovers on stuff would be pretty lame, right?
Yeah. And even like now, like even the show is happening now, and I'm kind of like, oh shit, there's like dead, you know, like you're more aware of dead air than you would be if Hudah was here, right? Like we started the show, we're like, hello everyone, welcome, you know, fucking good to see everybody. And I'm more conscious that like dead air could be happening if we're not talking.
Do you know what we really are? And we can actually judge this at the end of the show today. So like
I have stage fright right now. Right now, as you watch me, I'm going through a bout of stage fright.
Not me, because I've had plenty of experience hosting like Kong spaces. But on my drive in this morning, I was thinking, well, Kong spaces are easy. I don't need to prep. I know it like the back of my hand. And you're really focused kind of on like the ecosystem where the reality is this, bro. We are like the flight attendants on a flight. We got plenty of experience in the airplane. Exactly. We're there. Here's the exit. We'll come around with some drinks, maybe. Occasionally, like, you know, we might have to do the safety presentation.
Yeah, I hope so.
But who does the pilot? And when the pilot decides to check out or he's voted out of the airplane, just because you've been on the plane doesn't mean that you can go up in the front seat, strap in, and fly the fucker.
You know what? When I was voted off that time, and I checked in to see what was happening, there was not this much pleasantries. Like, I wasn't referred to as the pilot. I remember it being like, boy, I feel a lot of stress not being here. Boy, I'm not worried about what I'm saying because Joe's going to rip into me. So I have to say that, like, I am feeling a little bit like Hudah's getting off the hook a little bit. Sure, he's the pilot, but maybe we have this show when we realize how unimportant Hudah actually is. Is that possible?
it's always a possibility, right? Like the orbs he talks about, there's a possibility. The
Yep.
conspiracy theories, JFK, who could have killed him, always a
Mhm.
possibility. I think the reason he's really enjoying this, to his point, is because I think part of him knows or thinks, like, I know what I do every day for however many months we've been doing it, plus like Chain Reactor. He's like, I know the prep that goes into it. I know these guys did none of that. And so like, I'm looking forward to watching them flounder. I think that's what he thinks might happen.
Well, not only that, he thinks that we probably like would have just like yelling at each, like he probably thinks this show in his mind is me yelling at you and then you yelling at me and that lasting all show long. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just us fighting the entire time.
Do you know what we actually did better than what we all do together?
Everything so far up until this point, or no?
But like, what would be the very first thing you would think of that drives me nuts that actually happened today flawlessly?
Like the hellos?
Even before that.
Because I don't want to give myself credit, but I do think I said hello to everyone and presented us to the world right today very well. Yeah, and the beginning of the show, you kind of were toggling through all of us more so than Hudah would.
Yeah, but even before anything got toggled, we did something that we rarely in fact, I could almost say we've never done it.
Are you talking about getting together beforehand to discuss what we're going to do?
No, I'm making it too difficult. We started on time,
just
Joe.
fucking say what it is, dude.
We started on time, Joe. 4:30 Eastern, 3:30 Central. We rolled.
Oh, hold on. And I was getting a drink out of the room and you started.
Yeah.
You started without even telling me. You were like, I'm going.
Like, one thing is going to happen correct today.
Yeah.
Now, so far, two things have. But one was going to be we're going to start on time. The second's going to be we're not going to flounder.
And the third thing we're going to do is we're going to go directly to the market report. If you could share my shared screen, I'd truly appreciate that.
Absolutely, bro.
Thank you so much. Guys, this is the market today. As an NFT show, we should dive right into this. So if we're looking at everything, the market basically is like flatter than, I don't even know, like flatter than Henry's girlfriend in high school. Can we say that?
Yeah. Fair.
We've had less action this past week in the crypto markets than Henry had in his college career. Can we say that?
Also true.
Yeah. The action that we've had is so dead, it almost feels like your sexual escapades in your college
life.
Are we doing examples? Is that what we're doing?
I didn't think that we were monologuing about each other in negative fashion. I thought today we could get along on all kinds of topics.
That's a good point.
I would venture to say this. Bitcoin last night, I think, got close to touching 62,000. And like on the 7-day, we're up 6%. So
getting close to touching things, that kind of reminds me, that's not what happened during your college career to your penis, where things almost got touched. 60 almost got touched. Your wiener never even got close to being touched. I needed to fit that last one in for it to be the rule of threes, and I'm going to stop now. So
there's a few reasons why all of those statements are true. Actually, there's one main reason why all of those statements are true, and that's because I dropped out of high school when I was 16. So I was not spending my money in college. By the way, I just made my first college payment for my oldest daughter. And I was talking about this earlier, nothing to do with crypto, but like people talk about kids are expensive, like when you're buying diapers and all this other crap. Oh, dude, we didn't share the show on Twitter. Joppy's right. But you know what? That's because we don't control the X account. So that's on Hudah.
They will not give us the keys to that car.
No, not yet, at least.
No.
After the views today, they probably will, which you know what?
Yeah.
I'm retweeting this stuff.
Retweet it, dude, to all the Kongs.
Yeah. This is getting a Kong ping. But like, kids are expensive when you're buying diapers and whatever else you're buying, little toys. They're really expensive when they're driving and you're paying for car insurance. So I the other day I paid for college. In about 3 months, I got to add another kid to my driver's to my auto insurance, and it just it kind of sucks. So let's hope Bitcoin just keeps moving. But all in all, dude, I think this has been the story of the last handful of weeks, trading sideways a little bit. Okay, I'm tweeting.
Tweet it. Yeah, it has been, and it's been infuriating, but whatever. All right, I'm going to go look at our what we have on the menu today.
We've got a smorgasbord, and the thing is, I don't know in what order you've got things.
Don't even worry about it. I got this. Hey guys, if we
I just took it off because I thought maybe you were looking. I didn't want you to share your.
No, you can. It's all good.
Okay.
Let's take a look at the NFT market today.
Okay,
we've done that. Cool. I have nothing to say about this, Henry.
NFTs fairly green. But again, like it's just like playing within. They're keeping it between the mayonnaise and the mustard right now. So I feel like right now nothing's crazy exciting, but I'd rather see some stuff in the green. Wow, Pudgy volume up 38%.
What is Black Myth Wukong?
Yeah, it's a scam Polygon project. As you can see, there have been 87. I don't even know what those are.
0%, 0%. Yeah, whatever.
Punks though, dude. This morning I saw punks were close to 40 ETH. I don't know if they were 36, 37, 38. But that's good.
I'm going to click this. I don't know what'll happen once I do that.
I think we're going to see sales.
There's only 5, it says, in the past 24 hours.
Yeah, so 34 ETH. So I wonder if these are WETH.
Weth? You call them WETH?
Yeah.
Isn't it Weth? Like if you put an S in front of that instead of a W, wouldn't it be pronounced Seth?
I don't call it Eth, even though there's nothing wrong with calling it that. Like I call it ETH, so I call it WETH.
Okay, whatever. I'm gonna stop being critical of you. I apologize.
Yeah, this whole show has kind of been a bit of a downer so far.
Yeah, apologies.
Let's get into more down stuff though.
Yeah.
That are not NFTs. You know what, dude? I would love. I don't want to say love. That's not the right word. I'd like to talk about some action that happened today between the Department of Justice and a scammer named Austin Michael Taylor, better known to those of you who are in the Kongs ecosystem as DNP3. Do you know the story of DNP3?
I do not. Is this the articles that you're speaking of?
Yeah, that's it.
All right.
DNP3, if you're not a Kong, you may be familiar with some of the projects that he rugged. He had KlueCoin, he had Goobers, he had Gridcraft, he had Xenia, he tried coming out with Rust. But he started with KlueCoin, which is what he was what he pled guilty to. And it's not even supposedly Lemon. Like I know DNP3. I talked with him when this stuff was happening. So the interesting thing is like he was deep in the Kongs ecosystem. Gridcraft, as an example, was touted as having a partnership with Minecraft. So they were going to have a game within Minecraft. Maybe even loosely teased like an actual partnership with them. He was building a metaverse game, which was called Xenia or Xenia. KlueCoin, he did an ICO on. And long story short, he basically funded his gambling addiction by coming out with KlueCoin and then basically using this to bootstrap. Like he would come out with videos, he would come out with videos of like teaser videos for, Gridcraft. And he teamed up with NFT Llama with a couple projects. Now, NFT Llama, I don't think he knew anything about what DNP3 was doing. I genuinely don't.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But it was funny. So Kongs as a project spent well over like, I think we were buying land in one of his metaverses for like 75 ETH, I think we spent.
Oh my God. And
it was after the Gridcraft stuff, when it came out that like he didn't have the partnership with not only did he not have the partnership with Minecraft. Minecraft came out and was like, we don't support any Web3 anything right now. And he was continuing to DM wanting us to push collaborations with him on other projects that he was trying to launch. So one of them I think was called Rust. I think he had Xenia or Xenia, and then he had another one that was coming out. And I just remember like the Spidey senses started going off right after Gridcraft. And
so were you involved with being in the partnership with them, with him during this time?
Kongs were partners with him in Gridcraft. Yep, we were one of the like premier projects that was going to be in it. We had like land that was going to be in there, and we had like I think like a temple or something that was being built. So yeah, we were a partner of Gridcraft.
I'd like to ask this because I was actually involved in similar things, right? With VeeFriends, but what does the introduction and the meetings look like? I don't know if you know this with this partnership. Like you guys were friends with this guy? Did you guys have meetings with him? Like how do you get down the road to this with a guy that's kind of a rugger, you know what I mean?
So a lot of like the initial conversations with Gridcraft happened before I was on the council. So I was like community manager. So I wasn't in on those initial meetings, but I did take part in subsequent meetings where it was like, yeah, this is going to be, you know, beta's launching, you know, at this point I already had the money. Beta's launching, you know, in 3 months, or beta's launching in 4 months. And then you're taking an active part in, you know, promoting it on Twitter, promoting it within your community. Gridcraft, there's two components to the mint. There was like, I think an avatar, and I think there was maybe a land component. But dude, I think the mint price was like 0.35 ETH. I mean, it wasn't cheap. And it was like after that everybody found out there was no, it wasn't going to be supported in Minecraft. Yeah. Spidey senses started going off, dude. It was like something just didn't feel right.
Like I guess my question is like, did he share information? Like, did he share like, oh, here's communications between us and Minecraft or something like that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you get
to me? Yeah, not to me.
This partnership thinking you have, because okay, and someone asked me like what I did with VeeFriends. Like a lot of the stuff that I did was working with collaborations and things like that. Like I think I was doing GiftGoat. I was doing, well, not, I was brought into GiftGoat. I was doing some, what is it called? I was doing a lot of the partnerships basically. So there was there's like a partnership program before in the very beginning where we would partner, well, not sort of partner with a project, and then all those fucking projects like would go ham. You know what I mean? We'd get hit, we'd get hacked, all that stuff. But my job was to like go into these meetings and then find out whether or not they were legitimate projects. And so I would go into the Discords, I would look into their histories. Like this was right around that time where, do you remember there was a female-led project, and then you found out there was like 4 Russian guys that were leading it?
I minted that on the side of the road on Interstate 90. I think it was me, Hudah, Andy, and a couple other idiots that all chipped in and got rugged for like a half ETH.
Do you remember what the name was?
No, I just remember. I remember it was like almost like African-looking women. That were the PFPs, and we thought it was a women-led project. World of Women had launched. Yeah, yep, I remember.
Well, like I would go into these projects, and like sometimes it'd be like there was one that was another female-led project, and then I would go into these meetings, and they'd be like, hypothetically, there'd be like 3 giant Russian guys, and then 1 woman that looked like scared for her life in there, and they would like be talking, and then we'd be like, okay, I'm gonna pass on this project, but like. Not to give myself props, because like you can't give yourself props in this thing, but we never partnered with any like out and out crazy fucked up situations, which I find myself proud that I didn't walk into any buzzsaws, I guess you could say. So yeah, it's interesting to know what happens with your partnering with these people and how you could fucking possibly think that something's happening with like, whatever big project, and it ends up being bullshit,
Yeah, a couple things. So one, I think Gary Vee had probably far more experience in collaborating with like, let's say, bigger brands, bigger people than CyberKongs did.
Right.
And this was like started in the heyday of 21, right? So it was just like, oh, money's flush. And DNP3 is not a rugger. He's got this and that, and yeah, he's part of our
Right.
ecosystem. But I'll give you a great example. WWF, not WWE, but remember WWE got sued by WWF because at the time they were the WWF.
It's
And-
always WWF to me, by the way. It always has been, and it always will be WWF. When I was a kid, it was WWF. All these other
Yes.
E's and X's and stuff, I can't fuck with it.
But they stopped using WWF because the World Wildlife Federation sued them for the name, and they lost. So we did a partnership with the real WWF, the World Wildlife Federation. And we should put on our website.
That's so fucked up that you chose.
We
I
did.
I wouldn't have done that collaboration just for the mere fact that it was WWF. Period.
We did it because as part of like our social causes, we donate to like Virunga National Park, and WWF was coming out with an NFT on Polygon, NFTs on Polygon to support wildlife causes. Okay. So we partnered with them at this time. This was probably January of 22. We were really big, right? And I say really big, but you know what I mean? Like we were notable within Web3. So we do this partnership. We paid like 20 or 40 ETH for a special NFT. We put it in our community. People buy it. And like within a week or so, they come back because they got a lot of shit because the eco-friendly people were like, you're doing stuff on the blockchain that consumes a ton of power. They were doing it on Polygon. And they couldn't take the heat because they couldn't combat it. Even though they were actually right, they were doing it on Polygon. You know, the gas fees were probably non-existent. I don't want to say the tree huggers, but the tree huggers came out in full force. And by the way, I'm not begrudging to the tree huggers, like being cognizant of the environment. Cool.
It was kind of a psyop, to be honest with you. Not necessarily like true, but like having a Netflix account or something to that effect. This might be the wrong example, but like something like that, like having a Netflix account consumed equal amount or more energy than like a blockchain transactions or something like that. So like that was a huge fucking deal, like right in the bull market. Whereas like if you were partnering with certain people, the FUD that you would get primarily, especially I'm assuming if it was WWF, would be, you know, we can't fuck with that because it's part of the like issues with the environment. Oddly enough, when the fork happened and it wasn't so bad for the environment anymore, no one gave a shit. I never heard about it again. No one was like, yay, now we can, you know, transact with, you know, no issues. But yeah, it's one of those things that seemed like, you know, PSYOP non-issue that people made an issue.
But what's interesting is and back to your point about like, you know, do you look into these people? What are those conversations like?
Yeah.
We're working with the WWF. We buy their NFTs, our community's buying, and then they still had to come back. And they came back and they're like, yeah, we can't do this. We can't support it anymore. And we're like, and part of this was like, if you own this NFT, you're in for a raffle to get like a trip to the Congo and go down some river. They're like, yeah, we can't support this. We're like, well, then you need to give everybody their money back from our community that minted. And they're like, yeah, we can't do that. We're like,
wow.
No. Like, you have to do this. We're going to make a really big stink about this. So after going back and forth with them for a couple weeks, they did eventually refund, but you had to go through this pain. You had to dox. You had to go through this this painful process to get your money back. So even with like a major brand like that, we had this happen with what we thought was Kellogg's, the cereal brand, and the people didn't actually have the licensing rights to their digital IP. So with DNP3 at the time, it was Wag Me vibes, and maybe to tie a knot on it, I started getting really bad vibes of what was happening, even though I had no clue about the gambling. And he came to me and asked, this was after Gridcraft. He had another project that he wanted to launch and he wanted to collaborate with us on. Mm-hmm. And I just said like, no, dude, we can't. And then within like 4 months, it came out that he basically, long story short, he took everybody's money and he was gambling. And I think the $1.14 million that they accuse him of in the DOJ document,
You
think that is,
you read through all of this?
yeah, because what's interesting is, so they nail him for like a little over $1 million in restitution, and he faces up to 20 years in prison for wire fraud. They just scratched the surface, dude. There's many more millions of dollars that I'm guessing. I don't want to say they don't care about, but he used the funds from KlueCoin to fund these other NFT projects, and they clearly didn't include any of that stuff into this. So they will, if you bought KlueCoin, the nice thing about the DOJ, I think the FBI might be handling this, is you can fill out a form. I went to the website. It's not up yet, but they will notify you via NFT that you are.
I saw that, which I read that, you sent me that article. I'm like, are we sure this isn't, speaking of like, scams and that time in 2021 where it was like crazy shit that would happen. It sounded like a fucking scam when they said they would notify you with an NFT. I was like, did they get hacked or something like that?
No, that's right off the, that's a government website. I mean, if you link it, it's right, justice.gov.
Crazy.
It's the Southern District of Florida's website. So yeah, he gets sentenced.
I'm surprised this doesn't happen more, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like this type of shit happens, dude, every day.
We talk about like the day of reckoning hath not come upon us yet.
Okay.
I believe that. I don't think just from the Department of Justice. I think of all things, the last people you want on your case is DOJ. Between the DOJ and the SEC, no, I don't think we've really seen a whole lot of anything yet, because this kind of stuff takes so long. They've been working on this for probably a year plus, and we're going to see more of it. And to be honest with you, this is the kind of stuff I like. When I say I like to see, I'm not happy he went through that stuff, right? Like, I'm not happy that he's got a gambling addiction and he used other people's money to fund that. I'm not happy about that. What I'm happy about is that, like, it feels right that people that commit fraud are accountable.
Well, speaking of partnerships with the Kongs,
do
you want to move on to? Can we pretend like the Kongs music is happening? Do you want to move on to the partnership? So powered by 9DCC or whatever and Kongs. Do you want to speak on whatever the fuck whatever this is?
Yeah. Great intro, by the way. Are you familiar?
Segue good, intro bad.
Yeah. I would have segued into no, this is a perfect segue. So this is a partnership announcement between CyberKongs and 9DCC, which is anybody who knows G Money. G Money go way back, brah, right? He's an OG. So G Money owns 9DCC. They are a luxury fashion brand. Honestly, dude, I always hold VeeFriends up in high regard as far as their professionalism.
Don't do it.
I won't anymore since you're not with them.
No, I'm saying don't compare VeeFriends to G Money, please.
Well, no, I think I can. I've worked with both of you, so
I
think it's fair to say VeeFriends brings a real professional atmosphere to anything they do. Working with 9DCC to produce this hoodie has been one of the best experiences in Web3. They're really professional. Their clothing is
have you touched quality clothing?
Oh yeah. I mean, we met with these guys. We went to New York City. They did a pop-up event at a boutique in Soho. Went to the event there.
Was G Money with them?
Yeah, G Money was with them. They sent samples. A really crisp process. I have some of these hoodies because they like the entire experience with them, because like the experience is more than just like I got a hoodie. The experience is like, oh, it came in the mail, the packaging's beautiful, you open up the box and you get this hoodie inside of there. The embellishments on it are really nice. The embroidery on it is top tier. I brought home from New York City after we met with them a blank one that didn't have any of the CyberKong stuff on it, just a blank. Just to like look over the quality of it. And when I was done, I came back, they let me take it, they gave it to me and I put it in my daughter's room, and I didn't know that it became her favorite hoodie.
Really?
Dude, the quality is just like it's a heavy hoodie. It's not one that like I would wear in the summer, a nice fall night, definitely in the winter. But like when I showed my daughter the Genkai hoodie, this one that you see here, she knew she's like, oh, I have this one.
Stand up for that one. I want to see that hoodie. You got it on?
No, I'm wearing no.
Okay.
No, I don't have it on. I've wanted to wear it, but I just I haven't worn it yet.
You should have wore the fucking one without any of the stuff on it to the show today. That would have been kind of cool.
Yeah, I think you know what? Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow I'll wear one because although tomorrow's supposed to be like 80, dude, they're nice. They're really nice. Just everything about it, the stitching, the strings, for the what do you call it? Like the cinch strings,
drawstrings,
are super nice. The embroidery on the sleeves, the graphic on the back. So we're excited. And then if you're not familiar with how 9DCC does their gear, they're all chipped. They all have the NFC chip, which links into an experience. So excited.
It links into an experience.
Well, like the 9DCC experience. So the brand can, if we want to say we have an event and to get in, you need to have the hoodie or whatever other, gear we may launch with them in the future. You could do something like that.
Has that happened where it's like you have to wear a piece of clothing with the thing in order to get in?
I don't know that anybody's done it, but Endless, the first time I became familiar with 9DCC when I met with Endless in Lisbon. Him and I had dinner together, and he was wearing a 9DCC hat. It was in Lisbon.
Endless Traveler?
Yeah. Endless Traveler. And he's like, oh, you got to check this out. And I scanned it, and you can give people POAPs out of it, which again, I'm not saying anybody cares about a POAP out of it, but it's just cool that there's tech that comes with it. And it's just really good quality. So yeah, this is one of the physical partnerships that we were announcing as part of the Emaki experience. And there is going to be more coming out tomorrow.
Information, do we have any information as far as does it cost money? How do you get it? When sweatshirts? Yeah.
So more info is coming out tomorrow. So one way to be able to get this is through the Emaki experience, which we just haven't really talked about what that is. Everybody who had a Genkai on Ronin got airdropped an Emaki.
Okay.
And tomorrow we got some stuff coming out where we will launch kind of an experience for that. And it is definitely possible that you can get one of these hoodies through that experience. Yeah. So should be cool, man. You know what, people?
Can we do a giveaway on the show? Come on.
Maybe
an extra one and send it.
Yeah, no, maybe. I've got I think I have 4 hoodies because they sent them just for for sample sizing, etc. I might be able to do that. Cool. I want to make sure that I always give all my shit away, dude. So I want to make sure I can save one for me.
Absolutely.
But, one of the things I thought, because we've had people that are like, why don't you come out with Kong's everyday wear, an inexpensive line? And I can see why people would want that.
Right.
But so far we haven't launched a lot. Everything we've done has been really limited, and everything we've done has been really quality. So I'm happy that we're kind of sticking to that plan of keep it quality.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, a while ago I think I ordered a t-shirt from you guys, and the packaging was sick. I think you had to buy an NFT and then
the uniquely one.
Yeah. The box is fucking crazy. Everything was such quality that I was like, holy fuck. And then I've ordered, I've gotten merch from lots of different projects. None of them were kind of similar to that experience. So I was pleased by what you guys did. And obviously I like your art a lot. You know what I mean? So, interesting. And you guys do a good job usually.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Yeah. I'm excited for this. The thing that people don't always realize is that it's just a lot of work that goes into, which I'm not saying there's a lot of work, so feel bad for us. It's just, you want things to be able to come out right away. It's just, it takes time. It takes time to have these animations made. It takes time to get the samples, have any corrections done. So it's just nice. I was talking to Adzi earlier today, who is an absolute legend. He's He's like the engine room of Kong's. And I just said, like, bro, we're coming to the end of this experience, which, by the way, this experience, which is digital, traits along with physicals. It's when I say it's kind of the start, it's like, it'll be nice to have this done, but everything that we built out infrastructure wise behind the scenes just makes it easier for the next thing that we do. So the next time around, and we have other things that are in the works, but the next time around, we don't have to like build the back end. We don't have to like, build out all of the infrastructure. It's already built. So that was a lot of what, the last like year entailed, amongst a lot of other things. But yeah, excited for this to come out.
Cool. What was the Maki? Was it those scroll things?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Hey, dude, we went past our halfway point, man. We're cruising, bro.
Yeah, we're doing okay. What's next on the agenda? Oh, fucking breaking news here.
Oh, wait.
You have that?
Breaking news.
Give it to me.
I don't think I have music, but I feel like
give me something, anything.
Yeah. Breaking. Oh, here we go. Breaking news.
There it is. CZ Binance is now out of prison. Wait a second. Wait, more breaking news. We've got more breaking news.
He's not.
He's not. He was just released early. He was moved. Oh, he was not released early. He was moved
into a halfway house.
Yes.
Into a residential re-entry management, which is still, I don't want to say, I think it's still run by the Bureau of Prisons. So, still managed by the Bureau of Prisons. So, to be honest with you, like, it totally makes sense. This dude doesn't need to be like behind bars and lockup. I mean, he's a nerd that launched, tokens and committed money laundering, I think.
So is money laundering. But that's the thing. It is kind of fucked up. I guarantee if I went out and robbed a guy, with like $1,000 and took his credit cards, like, you'd probably get more than 4 months, wouldn't you? Like,
okay, so I'm trying to remember because he's being sued right now for money laundering. He's being sued civilly for money laundering. I'm trying to remember what he went to prison for because I don't know that it was just the unregistered sales of security. Oh, dude, I think it was KYC AML, right? It was anti-money laundering, etc., or the lack of. So I don't know, dude. I mean, it's not like Bernie Madoff where people lost because of it.
Okay. Okay. It's fine. I know that I remember when we talked about this last time and you guys were like 4 months. Is that, bullish or bearish or whatever? And I'm like, there's something about when rich people get, arrested and sentenced and they have like a 4-month prison sentence. Like 4 months is a joke anyway. It takes like a month in and out to like, get in and out of the fucking system. And then now it seems in my mind, he's going from one place to a more relaxed version of the prison. So if 4 months wasn't enough for him, then he's going to an even more lavished holding area, which I mean, I like, whatever the guy's, whatever, he's an Asian dude, I'm happy about that, I guess. But like, it was justice. Where's the righteousness? You know what I mean?
Well, I guess I wonder, like, I know you spent some time in prison. So like, would you prefer low security or halfway house?
I did not spend time in prison. I did not. I was arrested. Had my mom. Yeah. I was in a holding cell for a while.
Okay.
It was a horrible experience. I think I told you guys about that, right? I mean, oh, thank you, dude.
Dude, wait a second. Breaking news.
It's fucking. We did that for
wait ourselves. A second. This is washed. It goes to him anyway.
Yeah, it's laundering. It's going to go to Hudah anyway, by the way.
Yeah.
We appreciate it though.
What you should have done is something baller like $500. People shit. But thank you, Hudah. I think that means we're doing good.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. What were you saying? I'm sorry.
Well, you were just talking about your time in low security.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, okay, so all I remember was like whenever you get caught doing something horrible as like a kid, I've probably been older, but like you try to like elicit sympathy from the police officers, and trying to elicit police officer sympathy is usually not a good strategy. Like I remember being like, I had my I was a legal alien. Like I was born in Japan. My mom was from upstate New York. Grew up in upstate New York. Like obviously, like just as as American as they come, but I always kept my Japanese citizenship for whatever reason. I felt like since I couldn't speak Japanese, I couldn't, like do anything Japanese. Like if I kept my citizenship, like I felt like at least there was that, you know what I mean?
Wanted to keep your card.
Something like that. I wanted to feel like I was like, at least not a complete sellout. So I had that, and then like when I got arrested, I was like, I'm not an American citizen. But this was like way before like any deport, like any of the fucking immigration shit. Like so, like it was in the 90s, right? I was born in Japan. Am I gonna have to go back? And the guy's like, you fucking better get used to eating sushi, pal. You're fucking going back. You know what I mean? Like he was like fucking all over, just ripping on my shit. But I did introduce that to the conversation, so I'm sure he thought it was hilarious.
It's fair. It's fair for him to think that.
All's fair. Saying some shit like that to a 16-year-old Japanese kid.
Yeah, that's a little much, I think.
Sure. Thank you.
That's a little much.
But yeah, I mean, and then when I was unable to renew my Japanese citizenship because all the paperwork was written in Japanese and I had no idea how to write or read any of it, I was like, I better become an American citizen, which is fucking crazy. It takes so long to become an American citizen.
I didn't even think of that. You weren't a dual, like you had to get your citizenship.
There's no such thing as dual, bro. It's one of those things where like, because I thought there was a dual citizenship card where it was like half of it was I'm Japanese and other half was like I'm American. That's not how it goes.
No, but you hold citizenship in both places, right?
Not
U.S.
and so the way dual citizenship works, as far as I know, is that you basically just skirt the system and become a citizen of both places. So like because when you become an American citizenship, you swear your allegiance to America, right? Yeah. And so if you wanted to be like an American,
goddamn right you do.
Yeah. If you want to be American and Canadian, then you just go and get your Canadian citizenship or your American citizenship and just hold both of them. I guess you can
swear your allegiance here.
Yeah. I Joe Minakawa, swear my allegiance to the United States of America.
Yeah, now say the pledge.
Bless us, our Lord, for these our gifts, which we are about to receive from thy bounty through more and more. Amen.
It's a goddamn prayer, Joe. I said say the pledge. I hearing all of this, I am so surprised that you're for open borders.
No, I'm
just kidding, dude. No, that was a joke.
No, it wasn't. I don't think it was.
No, it was a joke. I actually would assume that you're like a common sense person that's like, no, like you gotta do the thing to get.
My common sense is that like you have citizenship for a reason. You probably should have. You have to go about the right ways in order to get citizenship or travel anywhere and. The way that I did, you know what I mean? Like I'm not one of those guys that like hates immigrants or anything like that and like blames everybody for everything. Like I do think there should be some thing, you know what I mean? Like you should have to show some paperwork or do something in order to kind of get into and I think that there is, but like, it's not working right now. So there needs to be something in place where we can do it in a proper way that's not like fucking horrible.
Just a quick detour for a second, because I said yesterday that I would be fair to my wife and like watch the DNC with her.
Yeah.
So like I went to turn it on.
Yeah.
And I started a little preamble where I talked about how I talked about it on the show. And I said, I talked about it. I said, I think the difference is like when I watch like the RNC, I just like watch it and I listen versus like I feel like you comment a lot. And like, oh, I can't believe you don't like these people or whatever. And I said, so like, I'm happy to watch this, but I did say that you are like informed on the show. And
you said she was recently like, you're like, yeah, she's getting pretty good at being informed before she was not so informed. So
yeah, I would say that's accurate. I would stand by that. If she was here, I would say that. And you
shouldn't stand by it. You should lie and say that your wife has always been smart.
No, because she didn't care. And she still doesn't care. She just didn't like spend the time. She's a smart person. She just didn't spend the time to like care about it. But I didn't realize that this would be her launching into sort of a small attack on me.
Yeah.
Where she said, she's like, I got to be honest, like as we get older, it bothers me that you agree with this stuff. She's like, it really bothers me. I said, well, it bothers me that you agree with this stuff. So we're
good,
even.
nice. Way to go right back at her. That was very mature of you.
But I said, no, I said, but just to be totally honest, yes, I think there are a lot of fanatics on both sides. I think there's dumb stuff on both sides. I said, but there's just certain things that I agree with. I can't help but agree with, like border control, having a strong presence.
Hold on, time out. Democrats are not like, obviously people say like, oh, you're for open borders. They're not, dude. I mean,
not
saying that is messed up. So
no, I think on a non-election year, they don't care. Because that's what I would say. So to me, I'm like, where's your baseline? If your baseline is we don't care unless we think it's going to affect us on votes, then like to me, that's not your real position.
Not only that, and tell me how you feel about this. Is that they did pass there was legislation ready to be passed that was worked on bilaterally with, I forget the guy's name, but a fucking pretty staunch Republican dude that they killed because they said Trump wanted it killed because he wanted to deal with immigration. Yeah. So like, come on, you know what I mean? Like that's, if anything, that's like even worse than not caring. It's actively killing something that could help, which,
I don't want to spend too much time on this because we have other things to talk about.
I'm getting into a place where you're going to get in trouble. So
no, it's okay. She doesn't watch the show and that's fine. But you know what? You're right. He stood in the way of that. There's no doubt. I don't think anybody can really deny that. Now, at the same time, I think Biden had the authority for a lot of what he wanted to do to just do executive orders to put a lot of that in place. That being said, I struggle. It's weird. Okay, so like,
are you saying that he didn't because politically now he can point it back at the Republicans? Is that?
I think they both play this stupid political game of like Republicans' baseline is border control, Democrats' baseline is like, I don't think they just don't. I don't think it's all open borders. I think it's like, we don't.
Can we get
that
your
much
wife
right now?
on? I'd love to get your wife on this show and then have a political discussion between you and her and see where that goes. That would be fucking amazing.
It would be entertaining, but would never happen.
Come on.
Yeah,
dude.
it would never happen. Maybe. But
so did you? Because I know. Are you going somewhere with this? Because I did want to point out,
go for it.
Watching the split screen of Kid Rock and then Little John, I think it was. Did you see that?
No. But Joe, you can pull it up. You got.
It's true. I could, but okay. So Kid Rock.
Is that too much work for you?
It might be. You talk about something else, but
yeah. While you're looking that up, the only thing I was going to say about like, let's say Trump getting in the way of immigration reform is like, it bugs me that he did that. And I also understand how devious this stuff is because he's like, no, you guys aren't for that. I'm not giving you the win during the election. Like, I'm taking that win. Like, if somebody's putting the ball through the hoop, it's going to be me. I'm the one who said they want to do it. You didn't want to. Now, all of a sudden, you think it matters. I'm not giving it to you. I'm not saying that makes it right. I just think in his mind, he's like, for an 8-month delay on making something happen, he's like, yeah, we're not giving him this win.
All right,
right or wrong.
Let me get the screen. I didn't really listen, but let me get the screen. I'm not sure if it's long enough to get my point across, but go ahead.
Are you ready?
Screen. Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, look at us.
So here's Kid Rock. I don't know what's going to happen.
Oh, at the RNC.
Yeah, let's see, because we don't have Hudah here. I don't know if we can hear or not.
Okay. Oh, dude, yeah. I watched Kid Rock during it. It was weird. Yeah, it was weird, but I don't remember.
So here's Little
John coming out.
Yeah, I'll show you. Hold on.
I don't remember this dude. Is this the guy that's like, what? That Lil Jon? From the ATL? Is it that Lil Jon? Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can. Sorry, I was involved in that. Could you hear it?
No, but it was nice to watch you dance. What?
Yeah, but I think that like your wife has a point. Like The DNC one seemed a little bit cooler than the Republican one. I think you'd agree with me. We've talked about like the speakers, and usually people that are involved with the Republican platforms are usually not the coolest dudes that even you would consider kind of cool, right?
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I watched JD Vance go into a shop this morning to order donuts. And it like it was cringe. I don't know if it was as cringe as Kamala getting Doritos, but it was cringe. Yeah, these people they're all bad. But Trump makes me laugh. He just does.
That's cool.
Can't help it, man. He makes me laugh. But hey, what up, Cold War? Dude, by the way, okay, look at this guy thrown. That's him in the picture.
That's really him?
Jacked. Yeah, I think he was. Did you eat at Chick-fil-A 3 times today, bro? That's really him.
Nice.
He's a beast.
That's great. That's great.
He's part of the Kong's gym. In fact, Joe, you're in Kong's. The Kong's gym is where many of us, as you can tell, clearly, that's where I hang out. It's a good place to be.
Where's said Kong's gym?
It's in the Discord.
Okay, that would be a good idea, by the way, is to have a Kong's gym instead of people doing like food and whatnot and like social clubs. They should have a Kong's gym. I think that would be successful.
We have a lot of Kongs. When we took away the Kong's gym channel, there was a lot of uproar because we've got a fairly fit and active community led by guys like Cold War, who's just a beast on probably a 5,000 calorie diet right now. Anyway, Joe, I think we talked CZ.
Yeah.
Well, hey, bro, we're talking politics.
Yeah.
Let's get into Trump. The Defiant ones. Donald, breaking news. Donald J. Republican Trump backs his son's crypto project.
All right, that's amazing. Next on the agenda, we got Magic.
No.
What?
We gotta go. We gotta talk about this for 2 minutes.
What?
We gotta give it 2 minutes.
What about this?
We'll get to Magic Eden.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Because it's interesting. Here you have Trump backing the Defiant ones, which is a project that his sons are pushing, Eric and Don Jr. We don't know a ton about it, but he basically made a comment about, I'm paraphrasing, for far too long, people have been up against the banks. Somebody could probably post the quote here because I
like how you just ramble about it. Makes it more interesting.
Something about banks bad, big corporations bad, except his, although he didn't say that. The Defiant one's good. Further on, it's not another one. I think this is the same one we've been waiting for. That's been kind of a few weeks in the making. Interestingly enough, Joe, I saw some tweets where people talked about this is not what DeFi is about. DeFi is about decentralized finance. DeFi isn't about platforming big names. And the thing is, I'm not sure that I agree with that, because DeFi is about, I guess we don't know much about this. Is it going to be some sort of centralized anything? But yeah, I guess the question is, are you okay with this? We don't know what it is, but do you like the idea of a presidential candidate being behind a DeFi protocol?
You're asking me?
Yeah.
Am I okay with it? At this point, I don't give a shit. Honestly, my mind is made up. To be honest with you, he's launched 3 NFT projects. He's doing this, Defiant ones, all that sort of stuff. It just, to me, reeks of trying to take advantage of every possible nook and cranny to get money for himself. So you look like you're disagreeing. Am I?
No.
Because I didn't listen to all of what you said, to be honest with you.
Go figure.
Apologies on that one. But I guess what I'm saying is that do I believe that Trump has is good and has no, I don't feel good about a presidential candidate doing NFTs, doing this. I think it's below the presidency, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
But we don't know exactly what this is. To Hudah's point, maybe this is a Twitter payment. We don't know what it is, right? But I think if Kamala, I said that right.
You did. Yeah.
Okay. I think if Kamala was doing this, I'd be like, hell yeah. Somebody commented earlier, they're voting for crypto. I'm like, anybody who wants to use this to further whatever they're doing, awesome. It's good for it's good for us.
I feel you.
Musk tree. So I don't know what it is. I'm sure there is a component of value for Trump out of this, but the value may not be monetarily. It's possible the value could be in the people that he wins over.
But okay, let me paint this a different way. If it's known that it becomes just bullshit, right? Like if it falls apart, he collects his money and nothing ever happens of it, then it's kind of gives the opposite effect, doesn't it?
But he's never done that. Everything Trump has been a part of has been successful. Everything, bro. Trump steaks, Trump water, Trump
University.
The
so cancer.
His
hold on. You let's not go past that real quick. You're joking.
I'm joking.
He has been part of rugs and non-payments to workers, things like that.
Almost everything has failed. I think you could say
almost everything. Yeah. So, but as a testament to you, he is where he is. He became the fucking president of the United States.
Fucking crazy,
right? I mean,
it's crazy that you can fail at many things. You can rug contractors working for you.
Yeah.
And yet you can still have the people who should hate that, right?
You
that are like,
Make America Great Again hat made in fucking Honduras. You can tell me where it's made. Please tell me.
Yeah.
Well, you said it already before.
Where was it? Because I don't
Malaysia
see a tag on it, bro. I think it was in the box that it came in.
Yeah, you said like Honduras or Malaysia.
Definitely isn't made in the US.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like he can complain about things not being made in the US and his own clothing is made outside the US.
Does it speak to the hypocrisy of the base, or I know your answer on that, or is it that they view the other side as so bad that they're like, I don't even care, like whatever, he failed, he screwed contractors over, I don't care, I still like it more.
Oh, you like? Oh, yeah.
I'm asking. Like,
yeah, I thought about this like today, actually. I think that the people in general, because I think we were talking a little bit about, you were talking about how, Black people were like, you saw interviews with them saying that they would vote for Trump and how that's crazy or whatever. And I was thinking about like my answer to that, which I wasn't like super thrilled with, but like I was thinking that people are so used to being lied to, having given hope. Like, no, I loved Obama. I thought he was a great president, and but hope was his things. We, all this sort of stuff. And one of my critiques of what he did was it may have even been more damaging that he didn't create the hope that affected people's lives enough where it mattered to them. And now they're so desensitized to bullshit, so desensitized to these broken promises from politicians that they just don't get, like the Trump being arrested, Trump like saying racist shit, Trump saying, siding with like people screaming the, Jews will not replace us, Muslim bans, all that sort of stuff. It might not be a big deal. To me, it's infuriating, but like maybe that lying to people for so long has desensitized them to a point where they don't care they might not believe all the shit that people that are truth, but they can't even believe truth because they don't want to look into it enough. And they just know that all the shit that they were told has been bullshit up until this point in their lives. And so they're like, fuck it, Trump. You know what I mean? Like he's that guy that like is against that. That's all they might need to know.
Joe, in keeping with the tradition that we've created today of being timely and moving along and having a crisp show, the question is this: we have time for a little bullish bearish, or we can talk Magic Eden, or do we go into bullish bearish and then we kill it?
I don't know. What do you want to do?
Okay, if you haven't seen Magic Eden has a token coming out, we can talk about that tomorrow. Bullish bearish. Okay.
Yeah. So we'll do bullish bearish on Ukraine to unleash robot dogs.
I was trying to find some stuff that might be fun. Yeah. So basically, like, they want to be able to put these robot dogs into scenarios where they don't want to put soldiers, whether it's reconnaissance or maybe it's like, or detecting mines. And I think this paves the way for like a new battlefield that we all know is coming, which is going to be fought using technology. I think it'd be terrifying. I say terrifying. Like, I've watched some videos of like drones dropping bombs on people, and I'm like,
all the time,
dude, this is Terminator shit.
Yeah,
This is right.
Yeah, but it's getting so crazy. There's a joke. I forget the guy that co-wrote the Chappelle Show.
Okay.
I forget his name, but like he's got a couple stand-up things, and he was talking about how a lot of like the US is like into guns, and like they're like collecting all these like, I don't take away my AK-47. Like, what happens if blah blah blah? You know what I mean? Like, I want to be prepared. And so like he was saying, like once a year they would have like the army versus like a grouping of these people, and basically like he basically says like all the like kind of gun nut fanatics are like, like all right, everybody, we're gonna have our yearly the U.S. Army versus the rebel forces of the United States, and the U.S. Army guy's just one guy controlling a drone, and all the other guys have got like all their fucking gear on, and he's like, all right, look at this, they're all collecting in one area, that's good for me. He drops the bomb and like destroys everybody. That seems to be kind of this, you know what I mean? Like, we're getting to the point where soldiers are almost like sitting ducks for a lot of this shit. It's horrible.
So bullish or bearish?
I'm bullish on this. The more robots we can do and saving soldiers, I'd say I'm bullish for that.
Yeah, it feels bullish. I'm unsure if you're only destroying each other's machines. I'm like, it feels like you could up the ante more, because it's like, if you're just worried that like a pack of your dogs got taken out and 3 of your birds or 100 of your birds, it's like, when does somebody say uncle? Right now they say it when they have a lot of people dying, and the community that those people are from, the moms, the dads, you start hearing about it. They start turning on you. So I'm like, does this just take longer for people to turn on the government while all your shit's still getting destroyed, your infrastructure and everything else, because nobody's dying? But it'll be interesting to see. I'm with you, Marty. Bearish on all things war. But still,
Marty, good take, by the way. Good take.
But also unfair, because you had to pick one. And because we're doing bullish bearish. So
by the way, let me go back to my thing. Real quick. We talked about how, because I was kind of ragging on Obama and Democrats. I do think, regardless of all of that, the Democratic Party is like nowhere near as bad for the people typically as the Republican Party. So that's why I kind of side with that. So I do like to be fair in my like why I think Democrats are shit. But I kind of like make an emphasis.
And honestly, I think the maybe the best part of everything you're saying is that you're wrong. So, and that's okay. Like, it's okay to be wrong. I'm wrong on some things occasionally. You're wrong on a lot of things a lot of times. But
I just sent your wife a present. It's one of these robot dogs. I'm gonna have her unleash it at your store.
All right, what's our next one, dude?
I don't know. Let me see what you got. I want to say, what's bullish? Are you bullish and bearish on Thread Guy doing a podcast with Ansem?
I'm bearish on that.
Yeah, I'm bearish too. Ansom's like it. Does he? He seems like a name that like was popped up, but I don't even give a fuck annoymore.
In a year, we won't care.
Okay, here's another one. This is one from you. Woman faced eviction over 3 This is so you right now. Woman faced eviction over 3 emotional support parrots, wins $165,000 in federal case in damages, plus $585,000 for her apartment under consent decree announced by federal prosecutors. I don't know what any of that means, but what's your take? What's your 30-second take on this? And then give us a bullish or bearish.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's weird. I think the emotional support animals have gone a little bit far.
Yeah.
Yeah,
a little.
It's a little.
You remember like back when we grew up, like you couldn't bring a fucking animal anywhere, bro.
It's my emotional support parakeet. His name is. These are my emotional support parrots. I have Layla, Ginger, and this one's Curtis. He bites, so be careful.
a blind guy would walk into like a fucking Chuck E. Cheese and we'd be like, get that shit taking dog out of here, asshole.
That fucking dog. Yeah, no, it's weird. That I'm bearish on this.
Yes.
Yeah.
You spoke
not
to the emotional dogs, animals. Agreed. The other part of this that annoys me is that like it does seem as if landlords get fucked. Like I hate. Okay, this is another one of those subjects, Democratic, Republican, where a lot of Democrats are like, oh, we need rent, what is it, like rent caps, rent control. Thank you. But like the fucking thing the rent goes up because the owner of the building is getting taxed up their fucking ass for property taxes, and then they have to raise the fucking rent. So like, how about we fucking worry about the taxes going down so it doesn't do a downward spiral towards the people that are renting? And so like you can squat in these places and having like, you know, like when I was a real estate agent, you'd have people fucking squatting. You have to go and like file eviction notices. It takes months and months. It's just fucking.
I too was a real estate agent.
Yeah, cool, man. How long? When did you start?
I think I kept my license for 6 or 8 years, somewhere around there.
Such a scam, by the way. There's so many fucking fees and stuff. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. By the way, I am all for one emotional support parrot. I don't think you need 3. So quit being a fucking bitch. 1 is enough.
3 is a lot. Yeah,
a little bit much. Okay,
I don't even think about it enough to care. But yeah, okay. I guess next is German warship blasts Darth Vader anthem in heart of London. No deeper message, Navy says.
I'm going to be honest. If I'm correct, I'm a Star Wars fan. It's called the Imperial March.
Yeah. He's like dun 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 dun.
Oh yeah, there we go. Imperial March.
Dun, dun, dun. Hold on. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, yeah, that's good. Thank you.
What did they call this? Played Darth Vader's anthem. Called the Imperial March.
You're mad. Okay.
Yeah, but I think it's cool that they did it. I'm bullish on it.
So hold on. Can you tell me? So the German warship blast. So the thing that I didn't get on this is that Germany's not in any sort of like wartime situation with London, right? Well,
no. So when you pull into a port, at least in like it's apparently the same with them, although a little different. When you pull into a port, you have to get in your dress uniform, and everybody stands like on the perimeter of the ship, so that way, and you have to fly your flags. You've got banners out, so that way when you pull in, it's like a show. People like line the docks and they're waving at you. We never played music. Apparently, it's the discretion of the captain.
Well, it says
the commanding officer.
It says the commander can choose the music freely. The Navy said in a statement Thursday, the choice of music has no deeper message.
Like, dude, I would have loved if we were like pulling into Key West and then like the captain just turned on like Thriller and he let us just kind of like do a dance or something. But
isn't Germany like, shouldn't they watch themselves after?
I was just gonna say, maybe it's a little bit weird for Germany to come into London playing the Imperial March. Yeah, hadn't thought of that before you said it.
Yeah. That would be my only thing, is that like maybe the fucking guy needs to watch his shit. Like, let's go search his social media history, see if he's on Truth Social, see if he follows Henry, his political account, and see what's happening. But yeah, I think we have one more.
Okay, we'll do one more, and then, dude, we've gone over. So we started on time, but we've gone over. Okay. Oh,
shit's fucked up.
Yeah. So, moon time. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry, my computer went a little bit nuts for a second there.
Well, it's way better than mine would have done today. Tested it earlier, it was terrible. But this is talks about that we need a moon time zone because of the way that time is a little bit. I didn't realize time is not the same on the moon because of gravity. This sounds all
weird. Hold up. Hold on. Let's see if I can stop sharing and see if that helps.
Here, why don't I remove
Just talk, dude.
Oh, how's that?
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know. How is it?
Way better. Yeah.
Sorry.
We may need a moon time zone. Time is, I guess, a little bit different on the moon, and with the potential colonizing of the moon and having all kinds of stuff on the moon, we're going to need a moon time.
Didn't Mars have like a shitload of water on it recently found?
Oh, no. He's added himself, dude. He's putting orbs on.
Can you get him the fuck out of here?
I don't know if I can.
Let's just not talk about it. Did you, bullish or bear? Do you like Elon Musk or do you think he's a piece of shit?
Elon?
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. Like my gut says, like I like him because I like some of the things he stands for.
Yeah.
I think, we got orbed, Lemon. We got orbed.
Come on, dude. That's not cool. You fucking got voted off, and now you're bullshitting us. This is fucking. We were almost at the end of a great show. And Henry, I wouldn't be surprised if the technical difficulties that I was having was because fucking Hudah.
That's a conspiracy we should dive into.
That is a fucking conspiracy.
Yeah.
He was doing a bunch of shit on the back end, fucking up my stuff.
I'm going to add Hudah to the stage, not because he deserves to be here right now, but because we're done.
Let's ask him how he thought about the show after the show.
Yeah. And we need the music. So, Joe, I enjoyed this.
Yeah.
I think we found a lot of common ground together today.
I say so. I would say thank you, Henry. Thank you to the audience that watched. All the usual suspects had a great time. Hope you guys enjoyed yourself as well. Sorry Hudah was orbiting us at the end. And have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.
I'm going to give you a virtual handshake, bro. I'll give you
That was a strong one. You got a very strong handshake. Thank you.
I gave you the dead fish.
Oh.
It was limp as fuck.
Well, since I'm a giant pussy, that was even strong for me and my weak hands. So
we will see you fuckers tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. And next week, we'll see you again.
Here's the music. Go.
Don't you know?
You listen.
Banging our heads to the rhythm of the code. We don't care about dollars or the shiny blade. We're just holding to zero. It's our everything. Round tripping positions, that's how we roll. We won't make a dollar, won't sell a thing. We're the zero holders, our anthem we sing. Zero holders, our anthem we sing. Zero holders, we're the kings of the sea. The non-fungible is the living the dream. We're all on the zero, it's our way to be. In the world of NFTs, we're wild and free.
Woo! Hudah, what did you think?
Man, you guys fucked yourself. Like
How'd it
bad. Like bad.
How'd it go?
Dude, it was awesome. I was chilling on the couch watching it. It was really fucking good. And I'll get voted off every week now because of it.
No, dude.
You fucked yourself.
That's what your plan is.
I'm not gonna say no.
Any critiques?
None that matter. It was great. Like I was thoroughly entertained.
Nice.
I'm not going to lie. I want to do more prep for the show.
Good work, dude. I would like to too. I wanted to, and when we got here, we were here for like a half an hour early. I got all the shit that you had. I opened up all the links. I checked them all, and then I started to kind of go through. I was thinking all day, like I was looking at Thread Guy and blah blah blah, and I saw the CZ information, but when we were prepping for the show, I didn't get enough time. It was like we're going, so I would like to do more prep time too. And you know that I like to do the bits. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Dude,
if everybody put in a couple, I know it's a lot, but if we treat this like a real ass fucking show, it'll smash any of the other shows.
You know what the big difference was? Because obviously, like I'm just used to using the Hudah crutch to just show up. but it's kind of nice to dive into shit, and then then you got a little bit more to talk about on the things you're talking about.
Sure.
So I think it was fun. I like the I like the vibe.
Yeah, if we had more prep time, it might have been even better or whatever. But yeah,
Well,
That's great.
I knew that Joe wasn't going to do an ounce of prep until 15 minutes before the show. So, it's all good. It's all good. I got you, bro.
dude. First of all, don't think that the show would have been better if you didn't do that. Like, congratulations for doing it, but don't start saying that you're now the reason for it to have run as smoothly as it did.
I mean, I'm going to say that it was 70% of it.
Fine. I'll give it to you. You know what? You put in work. You deserve to have the flowers, as they say.
No, but it makes me feel bad that we don't ever do that. And then Hudah just has to do it.
Well, not has to. I want to, and I like it, but it has to happen. I was wondering if there would be no prep, and if you guys would see how the show would go with no prep. I'm glad it didn't happen. Like, it's so good when it's just doing that digging and kind of knowing what's coming up. Like, it was.
No,
good,
Joe,
guys.
that was fun. I thought that was really good teamwork, dude. For real. All joking aside, good.
Dude, there's a vibe when it's two people. There's a vibe. You just get in a different kind of zone.
It wasn't bad. I'll say that. I mean, it wasn't a bad show.
Oh, I mean, I thought it was good.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Well, I mean, you're saying it's not bad.
The
That makes
topic
it sound like
knocks, but I mean, other than that, like,
did they?
no, I'm just trying to say that.
Oh, okay.
By the way, I have an idea.
What's your idea?
Maybe I'm wondering if the show. Actually, it's kind of what we do already. But if really, instead of trying to push it as like an NFT show, crypto NFT, you know what I want to do for an evening show, right?
Yeah,
Yes, conspiracy theory.
In politics and all, like if we just don't fucking beat around the bush and we just literally do that, it's that shit, and it's crypto too. But just like lean into the thing we're already doing, but like kind of talk about it. Like
I'm trying to lean out of it, though. I'm trying to
know.
lean out of it.
I know.
The hard part is so much of it, Web3, blockchain, it's cultural, so it pulls a little bit in every direction. Entertainment, it pulls into politics, pulls into social issues. So it's hard to completely avoid some of the stuff.
Yeah. Whatever, dude. Good show. Although Hudah, I mean, I was telling, I don't know if you heard on the show since you were watching, but like it does seem like voting people off of the show. As fun as it is every so often, like it's kind of like cutting the leg off of a thing, right? Like you don't want to make the show worse. You want to make it better.
Well, I don't think it's okay. The way around that is as long as you do the prep. Like, again, I really think with two people, you really can get into topics like different. Like you can spend longer. Like it's a different kind of conversation. I think there's a way to do it where it's awesome still. And I think it's an opportunity to bring in some guest co-hosts too. But also, I'm with you. Like we got to make sure it's the right thing and right motive and all that shit.
It would be. I don't want to say Joe Rogan podcast or whatever, but like it's like Howard Stern. Like Howard Stern wouldn't be like, let's vote out Baba Booey once a week, or like Hudah once a week.
I'm reading some comments here. I'm thinking people maybe don't like the voting off.
Well, there you go.
I didn't see any. Did you guys say that you don't like the voting off?
Well, I see Lemon here said the best thing about the show is 3 friends. If there's voting, then need a better punishment for the loser rather than time off.
There you go. That's a good one. I like that.
All right, we'll reconsider.
Anyway, I should probably get going. Is there anything that we have to talk about? Pressing?
No, I got to go too. I got to hit the road.
All right. Good job, everybody.
Good job, guys. Nice job, really.
Yep. See you, dudes.
See you, boys.